Hello and welcome back to Jenna Gets Creative. Today's video is another ScrawlrBox unboxing, and yes, I am a little bit behind. This is the November ScrawlrBox, which means it was shipped in mid-November, supposed to arrive early to mid-December, but you know, holiday busyness slowing things down, and Canada Post was on strike for a while. I didn't get this until almost January. And, yeah, so here we are. And normally I would be reading off the card of supplies to you right now, but I have some commentary about the swatches, so we will wait on that just a sec. If you would like to check out the featured artist, his name, I think it's a him, their name is Taylor Brooker, and, you can pause the part where I showed the print and the card, but they do have a website, taylorbrookerart.com. Alright, so we are at the swatching. This is the Koh-I-Noor Jumbo Graphite stick. I don't know what it is about Koh-I-Noor Jumbo stuff, but I'm never impressed. Like, it's a giant pencil. Here we go with the Staedtler Ergosoft 157 pencils. Yeah, I would say these are comparable to Crayola. They are a wax-based pencil. They do blend together okay. Nothing amazing. Definitely better than Crazy Art. This is the Helix ballpoint pen in black. It's your average ballpoint pen. You saw me doing some little white details on it with the Pentel gel pen, and then I thought that this white pencil was a white pencil, but it's actually an eraser. There's the tortilla blending stub, and now we're going to get into the part I wanted to commentate on before I really read the card. These are the Bic Cristal ballpoint pens in nice fun colors, and I noticed that they look a little bit different from the Bic Cristal pens that I'm used to. So here we go. I am reaching for them in the video. That's why we've got this pause here. Here we go. These are mine. Well, they're all mine now, but these are the ones I've had for a few years now. This is what they look like when you buy them here in Canada, and the other ones are what they look like apparently when you buy them in the UK, since ScrawlrBox is a UK-based thing. And my set, I also have the green. I don't know if they come with a green out in the UK, but we didn't get one. I noticed that the UK ones are a little bit more saturated in their pigments, and I don't know if that's because they're newer or if it's because it's a different formulation. But I wanted to put that comparison in there. I thought that was interesting that they're the same product, but they kind of look different. The prompt we're working off of here is body parts. Now, I tried to start doing random human body parts like on the print, and I tried doing them in that sketchbook that was included, but it wasn't working. I will talk a little bit about that sketchbook when I properly read through the card. So after a couple attempts, I decided, you know what? Let's go a different route with this. Let's just get a drawing down, and then let's do an anatomy diagram labeling on it. So this cute, awkward little foal here is based on a briar model that I have. You will see me poke it in at the end somewhere. It's, I believe the foal it's meant to be is named Heartbreaker. It's Gigi Valentine and her colt. Yeah, Oldenburg show jumpers, beautiful horses. Anyway, time to actually read through the card. So this is ScrawlrBox number 39 of November 2018. They gave us Staedtler Ergosoft 157 pencils. The card says, a comfortable triangular barreled pencil with a soft touch coating allowing for fatigue-free coloring sessions. The pencil's coating is a smooth yet grippy paint that increases comfort without adding weight or bulk. I must say, they really do feel nice to hold. I love how they almost feel soft. And it continues to say, the LED's anti-brake system, ABS, that means something else here in North America, that's a braking system, increases the brake resistance by up to 50%, whilst also increasing the strength of the pencil. The lead is thin enough for fine details, but soft enough for covering large areas. The triangular barrel promotes grip, whilst preventing pencils from rolling off the desk. I do appreciate that. That is a problem you tend to have with pencils. And when I said braking system for ABS, I meant like car braking system, anti-lock braking system. Moving on. Bic Cristal Fun Ballpoint. Bic pens use quality ink, giving you a smooth drawing experience every time you pick one up. The Cristal ballpoint pens have a clear barrel, so you can easily check the level of your brightly colored ink supply. So it looks like they chose the colors of the Staedtler Ergosoft pencils to match the Bic pens, and that is a cool idea. I do kind of play with that at the end there. I'm not a fan of drawing in ballpoint. You tend to get some, like, you're drawing with the pen and you pick it up and you put it back down on the paper, and suddenly you've got a huge blob of ink and it smudges, and you saw that before I started coloring. That this horse does have a few smudgy spots. By the way, yes, in case you're wondering, this is exactly what the back of my exam papers looked like in high school. But, you know, if we're gonna draw in ball pen, you could definitely do worse than Bic. Next on the supply card, we have the Pentel Hybrid DX white gel pen. The ultra-smooth, flowing, opaque white pigmented gel ink is water and fade resistant. The 1mm tip draws a line approximately a 0.5mm. That's an interesting typo there. I'm not quite sure what they were trying to say. The Hybrid DX is refillable and has a rubber finger grip for extra comfort. I must say this is a nice white gel pen. Might even be nicer than the Signal. We shall see as I use it more. Koh-I-Noor Jumbo Graphite Stick. I already mentioned this. I don't know why they insist on giving us jumbo things from Koh-I-Noor. But whatever. These thick woodless sticks of graphite have a protective paper wrap to keep both the stick and your hands clean when in use. Perfect for drawing thin lines to shading large areas. I do appreciate the paper. I wouldn't call it paper, it kind of feels plastic. Next up, Helix Oxford Ballpoint Pen Black. A fantastically simple black ballpoint pen with a smooth, cylindrical, clear barrel for drawing comfort and a 1mm medium point nib. I must say, compared to the Bic, this Helix pen is subpar. It definitely did the worst between the 4 ballpoint pens for laying down those unexpected globs. I think the weird split 2 hooky thing on the cap is weird and gimmicky and ugly, and it prevents me from actually clipping it to anything, which is the point of them. prevents me from clipping it to anything because of it shaped around the barrel, so it's not flat, so it would have to bend whatever you clip it to. It's weird. Fun fact though, Helix is the brand of all of my geometry set supplies, including that compass you see me using in my mandala videos. We also have a Koh-I-Noor 1860 graphite pencil. The durable artist's quality graphite pencil with a highly opaque and light-fast lead that is clean erasing. I wasn't aware that some regular graphite pencils weren't light-fast, but it's nice to know this one is. It's a pretty good pencil. Can't really complain. Like most things, they like to give us an HB, which is pretty standard, but I usually sketch in a 2H, so it's a little soft for my liking. Koh-I-Noor 6312 Eraser Pencil. A soft thermoplastic rubber contained in a pencil for erasing graphite. This pencil is made from 100% FSC sustainability resourced wood and can be sharpened like any regular pencil for detailed erasing. I've experienced pencil erasers, eraser pencils, however you want to call it, before, all of them from subscription boxes like this. I'm not impressed. I find that they're floppy and flimsy and don't sharpen as well as they claim. I would much rather use my Tombow Mono stick eraser, but this one in particular does perform better than the Faber-Castell dual-ended one I got recently in a different box, so points for that. And we have a Koh-I-Noor paper stump / blender. I would call it a tortillon, but you know, you can call them a million different things. A paper blender for adding controlled detail to soft media drawings. Use it, the blend, the graphite, and help add soft shade into your work. Again, guys, editing, grammar. Basically, they're saying, it's a blending stump, blend with it. And of course, the paper surface they included that I didn't end up using is the Leuchtturm, something like that, Jottbook Medium A5, a flexible cover notebook with rounded corners. The slim, perforated and numbered 60-page thread-bound book opens flat with ink-proof, acid-free plain paper. I guess when they say ink-proof, they mean it's not going to bleed through to the sheet underneath it, which is true, but you can see absolutely every single detail of everything you put down on the paper on the flip side, so you're not going to be able to use the other side of the paper unless you're just writing and ignoring the ghosting. Hey, look, there's the model. I'll probably use this notebook as a notebook, but I'm not going to be using it as a sketchbook. The paper is just way too thin. Alright, so I am finally done reading that supply list. It was long. And here's my cute little foal for the anatomy diagram. I'm labeling him here now. I went for the coloring is supposed to be bay, but of course we have pink, purple, and blue, so I used those colors. Horse people, you get it. Not horse people, well, it's whimsical, isn't it? If you got this ScrawlrBox, I'd love to see what you did with it. Drop a comment down below and let me know. If you're new here, please do subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. And of course, if you like the video, leave a comment. If you aren't already leaving one, I just said that. Hitting like, leaving a comment, all that good stuff, that really helps out small channels like this, and I do really appreciate it. I do read all of your comments, I enjoy reading them, and I reply as soon as I can to everybody, or just about everybody, you know, spam comments not so much. Can you tell this video is not scripted, and my recent ones have been? Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Almost done here. You will hear my usual spiel in the end card. You made it to the end of the video! Don't forget to hit like, leave a comment, and if you haven't already, hit subscribe and ring that bell. I upload every Tuesday and Thursday, and I feature artists and crafters in my end card. Use the hashtag LookJennaYT. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye, guys!